There's a couple buttons on the Pfaff Creative 1.5 sewing machine that work two different ways depending on when you touch them. For example, if you're sewing and you touch the thread snips, or if you're stopped and you touch the thread snips. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you're just sewing along and you stop and use the scissor button, it cuts the thread, instant. So you cut, you can lift the foot up and pull it out. But if you are sewing and you use it while you're sewing, it will lock it, cut the thread, and now you're very secure at the end here. It also can be used in that same manner with decorative stitches. So to really see what I'm talking about, let's just choose stitch number 45. And as you sew a row of them, eventually you like to stop at the end of a pattern. You don't want to be like halfway in the pattern. So if you were to stop and cut, it just cuts it. But if you actually are sewing and you touch the thread snips, it will finish the pattern, lock it, then cut it. Ah, see the difference? So then you have a completed decorative stitch and not just half of a little star that wished it had been completed. Now you don't usually see that when I did this one because as a straight stitch it just finished the one more stitch and then locked it. But you really can see it when you work with your decorative stitches using the thread snips while you're sewing. It finishes the pattern. So just keep in mind there's a couple different buttons that depending if you're sewing or not sewing, they will act two different ways.